And welcome in to another Washed Up Walk-Ons podcast. Get right to it tonight. We're a night late on this, a day late. And I saw the DMs, I saw the messages. I think Kevin's frozen currently on the screen, unless he's just really good at staying still. I'll have to figure that out here in a second. I have strep right now, so this is
that's HIPAA
yeah.
violation. And Kevin is gone.
Yeah, so things are going well. The strep is part 50% of why we move this. Probably the roughest shape I've ever shown up to a podcast in. Told Grant that before we hopped on here. But we just won probably the biggest game of the season so far. We're not going to recap it, and we're already into Minnesota week if we let it go any further. So we got to do this.
It's a good attitude to show up to a exciting podcast. We got to do this. I guess we'll do this.
Yeah, this is the first podcast in a while where I feel like I have to do it. It's
what happened to you got people that look forward to this.
I understand that. I am not looking forward to this. Every word that comes out of my mouth hurts.
What a gift to be here. You get that people care.
I had chills to start this, which is why I'm in a sweatshirt. I'm already sweating. So
the football game, like you were
literal
chills. Oh my god,
Gronowski!
Run literal
still gave me chills. Yeah. So so here we are. I apologize to everyone who's here or listening on the broadcast of this if this does not have the energy or whatever our podcasts normally do. I just don't have it. Hopefully Kevin can figure it out and get back in here so that if this podcast is any good at all this episode, it's because of Kevin and Grant.
Should have called him the Ringer. Greg Kulik from the Clouds.
What do you think he's doing right now?
I don't know. I was assuming he was on a plane back from San Francisco potentially, but I didn't know if he was there or not.
I guess that's true. San Francisco, the Niners won, didn't they?
They did. After what I considered a also semi-impressive performance from the Falcons as well. Two teams, I was like, hey, maybe both teams were a little bit better than I thought they were.
There you go. The Niners were we'll get to the betting recap to start this thing off. And the Niners, I put in just a couple Hail Mary parlays on the NFL yesterday.
Okay.
Hit both of them.
Why don't you share those?
Because they don't hit ever.
Well, it's not like, you got a pretty good week this week, but it's not like we're 100% on awards winners.
Oh, but actually, we're on fire. We're on absolute fire, Grant.
I know. So like, what is your argument right now? Do you want to like? I'm saying what you're saying.
My argument would be is I don't watch. You want to know how much NFL I've watched this year?
Well, I would assume you watched yesterday.
Take a guess at minutes watched.
60.
Less than 5.
Less than 5?
I've watched less than 5 minutes of NFL football this year.
You missed Panthers Jets? What were you doing?
So I would never give out bets to teams that I'm betting on that you're that I don't know anything about. I'm just literally looking at it and going, "Oh."
I feel like you actually I'm pretty anti-London or Germany or game in Europe in general. I feel like that game might be just perfect for you, actually. Like, start off early enough in the day. You're an early riser. It's at like 7 a.m.
You're right.
Drink your coffee during it. That game might you might be the target audience for that.
When do those kick off?
They're every week now, apparently.
At 7 a.m.?
At 7 or 8 a.m.
That's actually perfect for me.
I was going to say, I feel like you might be outside of you and whoever, like, I don't know, whoever's in the royal family now. I don't even know anymore. But you guys are the only target audiences of those games. Or that creepy dude do you remember that scary guy in the Jaguars costume last year?
Me and Meghan Markle?
I do not. I don't want to make this whole podcast about Meghan Markle, but can I say something about Meghan Markle without everyone getting mad?
Is this like one of those Twitter, can I say somethings?
No, I think she is so. I do not like her at all.
Well, you're not.
I don't think I'm the only one. I don't know. I don't want the royal family to come and take down Washed Up Walk-Ons or anything, but
Well, they tried to take down her.
Told him 1776. Can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I think there's actually a pretty large contingent of people who don't love Meghan Markle. I'm on her side, actually. But it's not like a serious thing to me. I like Harry. My wife and I cannot believe that this is where this podcast. I'm wasting my fucking throat energy, which I don't know if that's something I should say. Throat energy. Make that a t-shirt.
Careful.
Catch that on the Washed Up Walk-On's Christmas drop.
Family show.
It hurts to swallow so bad every fucking time.
Family show.
We listened to her or Harry's book.
That's crazy.
On audio, on audiobook, and we watched I think there's like a 6-part docuseries on them.
What?
And
this is what you're doing instead of NFL?
No,
you're studying the royal family? What?
This was like during COVID. This was like 2021, 22.
Okay.
So yeah, let's get the betting recap up here. I am absolutely.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I absolutely do.
You're thrilling.
If anyone's tailing, I'm 8 of 9 in the last 9. Vanderbilt cover, Michigan easy cover, OSU easiest cover. I don't know how they were only a 25.5 point favorite.
Yeah, that was. I think they were expecting, for Fickell to defend his job maybe a little bit.
No,
and it turns out he's got actually great job security. The AD today was like, no, I know we're not even considering it at all. He's fine.
Okay, how wild is the messaging coming out of Wisconsin?
Well, I've seen a lot of coaches say that they're super happy with their program and then leave a month later, and I've seen a lot of ADs say that they believe in a coach and then be done with him a month later. So I don't know how much.
Yeah, but it kind of sounds like they mean it though.
But they put a lot of effort into that graphic. They had like a whole team of designers on that one.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Some of the comments that Fickell has made, you could actually throw those in with some of the stuff that Rule has said today in his press conference about how he had to convince his players and coaches that Minnesota would be a tough game.
He said they overlooked him.
Yeah.
This is quote.
I'm a little confused at that.
Which, I mean, it would be one thing, too, if they were like, oh, we've got a big game coming up here on the board. But with all due respect, overlooking for Northwestern. Kevin Ward back with us. Can you hear us?
What's up, guys? Sorry about that.
Maybe Kevin can give us his opinion. I doubt he saw it, but
Oh,
Kevin.
Don't worry. I tuned in on the live stream. I went over to the old X website and made sure I wasn't missing anything.
No. Did you see what Matt Rule said today?
No.
So he came out.
He came out of the closet?
Yeah. So Matt Rule's gay. Yeah.
Wow. How about it?
Which is actually now clear front runner for the Penn State job.
Oh, bad joke.
I don't have zero fucks to give tonight. I just don't care. No, he came out and said that he had to convince all week. He was trying to convince his players and coaches that Minnesota was going to be a tough game, and and he couldn't do it. His coaches came up to him and they're like, "Why are you declaring them as why are you giving Minnesota the crown right now? Why are you talking them up so much?" His coaches came to him and said that.
It's weird that you would out your staff and players like that.
I've never heard anything
to try to save your own face.
I don't think it was.
Maybe he is trying to message towards the Penn State power brokers that, hey, this one's not on me. I try to get these guys hyped up, but that's a really weird thing. You're kind of throwing the rest, all 120 other people in your program under the bus.
I do think the entire conversation seemed to have a little more context to it, as things usually do. He 100% took responsibility. I mean, I think the quote was like, "It falls on Dana, it falls on Donnie," as in Donovan Raiola, "and it falls on me." Like, he said that. So it's not like he's not taking responsibility for their easily their most embarrassing game this year. But yeah, weird stuff.
It shows it's an immature team if they can't listen to your head coach and take your opponent seriously, especially in the Big Ten.
An immature team and staff.
I mean that's really weird that he would say that he had staff members coming up and saying stuff like that in a press conference. That's a really, really weird. I can't imagine that ever coming out of KF's mouth.
It is funny you mentioned this as well because, and I don't want to make this all about Nebraska or anything, but I just couldn't help but notice that this same team in the summer, they told me it was the most disciplined team in the country. I just couldn't help but remember that as well.
I like their special teams coach, who's the one who said that. He was wrong. If you go by penalties, Iowa's actually the most disciplined team in the country.
Well, it would have been weird if he was like, we're about the 40th most disciplined team in the country.
I'll tell you something right now.
We're in the upper third.
Yeah, just weird stuff. Anyway, we said that because I don't even know. My brain doesn't work right now, and it hasn't worked for the last 2 days. I was literally in a fever dream the last 48 hours, I think.
Anything cool? Do you have like a
no? Good question.
Like a vision? No.
When I tell you I had, I don't want to say, it's going to sound dramatic, but it's legit. The worst night of sleep in my life on Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I cannot remember a worse night.
It was pretty brutal.
Yeah. And I was quite literally stuck in a looping fever dream that was somewhere. I can't remember the details of it, but I know that when I was in it, it was like torture. It was, it was horrible. I woke, put it this way. I did the post-game show with Ross Peterson. Thank you to everyone who tuned into that and came and supported. I immediately shut down the show, went to sleep in the guest room because the kids have both been sick, and Laura knew I was getting sick. So she's like, hey, I'll take them. When you have kids, you got 2 monitors. You're definitely not sleeping well if you're hearing the monitors go off all night. So she's like, you sleep downstairs and try and get a good night's sleep. And I came upstairs yesterday morning, and she's like I was almost in tears because I didn't I literally just coming out of 10 hours of fever dream, and like my watch said I got an hour and 36 minutes of sleep. I thought I was asleep the whole night. My watch said an hour 36. I've never experienced anything like it. Anyway, this isn't about me. Bring up your numbers and Kevin's on the betting recap, Grant.
We'll go Kevin real quick. If that's okay with Kevin.
Shout out to the sponsors, by the way, FanDuel.
Love FanDuel.
They're probably not going to get what they want out of me. I'm absolutely going to be drenched in sweat here in a second, so I'm going to have to go off screen. You guys can talk about your picks here. I'm going to change into a T-shirt.
All right,
the
Kevin?
Ohio State University covers. Wisconsin is really bad at football this year. It's it might be a recurring theme the rest of this year is to bet against Wisconsin. We'll see. We'll see how that goes the rest of the year. Ole Miss, Georgia under, and LSU Vandy under. Both of those do not hit. Watched a good portion of both those games. Some really poor defensive coaching going on in the SEC. I mean, you can tell they got tons of talent, man, but they are just poorly coached, just making fundamental mistakes that that high school coaches should be able to teach at an adequate level. I mean, it's poor. The USC plus 9.5 does not cash, and this one particularly stings because it went to plus 10.5 on Saturday morning, which would have cashed. So, unfortunately, the 9.5 does not cash. We have a 1-3 week, and we're back to the drawing board.
Kevin, it's pretty. You're going almost contrarian. I feel like a lot of people right now, I feel like would argue the SEC's got great coaching, but you just went out and you said that Ole Miss, Georgia, and LSU and Vandy all got bad coaching right now on the defensive side.
Yeah, I'd make that statement for sure. Yeah. I mean, they've got talent out the wazoo, man. These guys can move around and fly, and they've got athletes. It's just if Phil Parker had his hands on any of these defenses, teams wouldn't cross the 50-yard line. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe.
Facts.
Do you have like any faith in any of these teams defensively? Because right now SEC is a little bit of a logjam, right? Feels like at the top, and it really I feel like outside, I think LSU might be a little done, but somehow Vandy could even go grab it here in the coming few weeks. But
right now, it feels like Alabama is the best team in the SEC.
Okay,
so for like the last several weeks of them playing football, they feel like they're the best team. Their quarterback's looking pretty sharp. But I don't know. There's still a lot of football to play down south. I think Ohio State's the clear front runner to win the national championship in my mind. They're just playing pretty lights out football. I can't wait to see the inevitable Indiana versus Ohio State Big Ten championship. But I think Ohio State's head and shoulders above everyone else in the country right now.
Fair enough. Number one team in the country. It's the leader for Kevin's national championship. Very good.
Yeah, I looked at the odds on FanDuel, and they're I think plus 260 to win. I'm like,
wow,
there's value. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's value enough there to play it. But
well, I mean, I remember this was
Alabama was the second favorite.
I think 2022 was the year when it was whenever Georgia played TCU in the national championship. Like after week 5 or something, Georgia was like minus 150 the whole season to win the national championship. And I was like, was it even worth it? But I mean, if you put like it was almost guaranteed. Like it was never a question. They just smoked everyone. Like, is it like that's where I don't know if value sometimes like is it really a bad value bet? Like if it's almost guaranteed, but it's minus 150, like does it have to be plus 1,000 for it to be valuable? I don't know.
I mean, Georgia definitely does not have that type of team anymore. Their D-line was getting worked. I think there was like 2 total stops in that game on defense. The entire game. The first half, every drive was a scoring drive. It was like, what the fuck is going on? So,
I mean, are you upset a little bit as our number one? I mean, I think we're all Lane Kiffin guys, but you're clearly the number one on that podium.
Yeah, I mean, almost had every opportunity to win and just like I said, it's some poor defensive coaching, just lack of fundamentals out there on display. Offense showed up a lot better than I thought they would, but they'll be all right. They're still in good position. I think this will be a big week for them. They got Oklahoma this week. I think win, and they basically in to make the playoff. I think
locked in. What about
their schedule? Their schedule clears up a lot after this week.
Okay, is that and not the same for Oklahoma?
Oklahoma's got a rough schedule. I'm not sure who they got from here.
I would be fine with us officially adopting Ole Miss as our sister team from the SEC.
Moo. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Check out this Oklahoma schedule from here.
I think I'm okay with that Kluver as well.
You what?
Just for fun. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma has Ole Miss at home.
Okay.
They go to Tennessee.
Bad.
They go to
bad.
Missouri at home.
Bad.
LSU at home.
Bad. Okay. I mean,
we've been talking all year about Wisconsin's schedule, but this Oklahoma schedule is pretty brutal. They caught Michigan earlier in the year, and they had to play Texas a couple weeks ago too. So that's a.
I mean, I think if they went 3-2 on that, I'd be pretty impressed.
Especially that November. Oof.
So those are all tough games. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
Not to sound like Paul Feinbaum, where it's like even like every SEC game is gauntlet or whatever, but that's a tough schedule.
Yeah, for Ole Miss after this week, they get Citadel, Florida, and Mississippi State.
Hey, Citadel these days. I mean, watch out. They've got you never know what it's going to happen when Citadel plays Ole Miss.
Well, sounds like this is. I don't even have the energy to make it sound good. I was going to be like, sounds like the Oklahoma team's going to need a beer from Big Grove.
Oh shoot, sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Big Grove.
If we could ship a whole thing of Easy Eddies down to the Sooners, that'd be great. Can we do that? Hey, Big Grove, are you in the chat? They're not the official watch party of anybody in the SEC. They're the official watch party location of the Hawkeyes. But Big Grove, shout out to them. They're generous sponsor. Already done one thing with them in live in person. So I'm eyeing an opportunity for us maybe next year for sure to kick off the season. Maybe do a live pod in Iowa City. We'll see. Also, shout out to Gray's. There's a chicken spot right by my house, and every time I eat it, all I can think about is it's just not Gray's. The lips are just not the same. They're not lips. They're just tenders. They're just your average tender. And Gray's doesn't do average. They do everything above and beyond. So shout out Gray's. A lot of people in the DMs saying that they've been hitting Gray's. You got a lot of opportunities the next couple of weeks. We just had a home game. We got 2 more coming up. 3 out of the next 4. And so a lot of opportunities to go to Gray's, get yourself some good food, potentially for the tailgate, but maybe just for yourself. Be selfish with your funds. Spend it on chicken lips. Grant, I have something for you, really. Before we get in,
I went 6-2, by the way, in case anyone's JMU.
Good for you.
Great performance.
Go Dukes! Yeah. I just wanted to bring up the win probability charts of your 2 teams this weekend.
Okay, let's go through it. I love nice graphs. Let's see it.
Because honestly, I don't know if anyone had to endure as much sort of uncertainty as you did.
Maybe if you were like a Auburn,
so
like
here,
a Mizzou Giants fan, the only one out there.
So here's the Denver Broncos yesterday.
Okay. How about that?
So that's pretty remarkable.
Hey, we're here to believe. All right, we never stopped believing in this game. It's what we were like. There's like 1,092 teams that were down 18 with under 6 minutes left, and all of them had lost until the Denver Broncos yesterday, led by Bo Nix and that great Broncos defense. They tried to frame Riley Moss for a pass interference. They tried to bring him down, but hey, the football gods just repaid us. And Riley Moss, I saw a couple of videos going around. People, I think a lot of respect is going around for Riley Moss right now. A lot of people saying he has the most difficult job in football, and I'm up there to believe it. He's playing great.
I would agree with that. I mean, corner in the NFL, not a job that you want.
Especially when you got Pat Surtain on the other side, so they're not even going to consider throwing the ball.
They're definitely not going that way. And so that's a win chart there. It's funny because it goes back and forth at the end because then Dart and them lead a drive. I think I can't show you on here because I'm not on the website. It went up to like 90%, 91%.
Yeah, we came all the way back just to melt down. Again, Riley Moss framed for pass interference, a horrible call. But then, yeah, like I said, the football gods were just, and they rewarded the Broncos in honor of Demaryius Thomas.
They were just. And then your other one here is the Hawkeyes.
Okay.
Oh, that's the same one. Wrong one. Let's get the Hawkeyes chart up here. If it does it to me again, I'll kill someone. I can't get it. Oh my God.
It's probably similar.
It's almost the exact same thing.
Okay. I like a little roller coaster there. There we go.
Not quite as bad. They were a little closer, kept it closer the whole time, but
I'm glad I didn't see this during the game because if I saw Penn State go up to like 95% win probability, I would have gotten nervous. But I'll be honest, I didn't feel ever super stressed during this game.
Well, I was stressed immediately.
Okay, well,
and it was partially because I was dipping into the fever dream that was about to become. But Lauren looked at me 2 minutes into this game, and she goes, "I've never seen you this on edge." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think it's because I'm getting sick and I don't have time to deal with stupid shit." And immediately we decided to do some stupid shit, which was just, hey, there's a team that's on the ropes. They're teetering on the edge of, are we just going to quit on this entire season? Or, hey, maybe there's a cool environment in Kinnick that we could come up with a decent win, play for our new interim head coach, a new quarterback that is stepping in a tough situation. And what do? We just throw them the ball. Now, granted, it went directly off our own wide receiver's chest, but how about we just turn it over in our territory 3 plays into the game? That sounds like a good way to start that kind of matchup. And I was so fucking pissed that I don't even, words probably can't even describe it. So
I got some words for you.
Yeah, give it.
What the fuck are we doing?
Well, yeah, I'm sure there was
Keep the ball off the ground.
I mean, what were you guys thinking there?
Catch the ball.
Yeah.
That's it. Catch the ball. First and 10. Hawkeyes keep the drive alive.
I mean, like the one thing that you can't do against a team like that, and we did it. And then we decided to do a couple more things that you
and then they I mean, I knew they were going to come out aggressive, but come out and go for it on like 4th and 4 right away.
Yeah.
Missed like 3 tackles on that play to let that one up.
How bad did that hurt, dude? We got him. We got him.
Oh yeah.
And he just avoids.
You can erase the mistake right there. Have another chance to do so. 4th and 1 on the goal line. Get a stop. We got a fucking defensive back lined up offside.
He's lined up with the running back in the backfield, basically.
Yeah. That's a tough one to face, Phil. And he actually makes a point about this. Is like apparently there's he told us at one time, like, they go out to these conferences every so often, like they always make fun of the defensive back coach who gets one of his players called for offsides. Apparently it's a thing. So,
well, it's a thing.
Apparently it's a thing.
So it's 7-0.
So yeah, give him a quick 7-0.
And that's just not. I mean, you got a team that's questioning, who are we? We're 0-3 in the big, like, can we play in the Big Ten, or is this whole thing just chalked, or what? And in an intense environment, you don't even really make the new guy work for it a whole hell of a lot. And all of a sudden it's 7-0, and they're like, oh yeah, we can play. And that's just not what you want to do. A lot of back and forth there. And, Iowa's defense in the end.
They settle in. They
settle in. And we're going to, if you don't have a once in 500 chance of a field goal getting blocked perfectly to their own guy for a touchdown to end the half as time expires.
So I love your take on this. Seeing KF take a lot of flack for this one. Can anyone tell me if it was like super windy in Kinnick that night or what the deal was? Because Drew's got a leg from 70. So in my opinion, he was making the right call to go for this kick. In my opinion, this was purely a protection issue. Like, we got blown up at the left tackle.
I have nothing else to add.
Okay, thank you.
I'm exactly on your side here. I had to argue or try and I had people telling me the guy. I've seen Drew kick. Like, I've been at a session of Drew kicking. I might have even snapped to him for a couple balls. Not that you would require that. Take a look at some of his further field goals, a 55-yarder against whoever earlier in the year, and watch how far that goes in.
They're halfway up the crossbar.
Like, you don't think he's got 11 more yards on that? Like, I promise you, it's there.
In my opinion, like, the ball didn't come out too low. I mean, the ball's going to come out lower than a 20-yard field goal, obviously. But
if we just
got blown up at the left tackle.
If we put up a wall like you're supposed to, and you don't get driven back 3 yards, that ball comes out, and I don't know if it goes in, but it doesn't get blocked,
and it doesn't get returned out of the end zone.
And I know Coach Ferentz was pretty emotional about that because he puts those decisions on his shoulders, and when something flips the other way like that, he immediately feels like that's it. If I'm in that building, if I'm Drew or if I'm that unit, coach, that isn't on you, bud. Like, thank you for giving us that opportunity. That's all Drew and the snapper and the holder. That's all that unit wants is like, holy shit, he's given us the opportunity from 66. They're ecstatic.
Yeah, I mean, you nail that. We go up 13-7.5. The crowd is juiced for hitting a 65-yard field goal.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
The team, I saw, I don't know who asked the question. I saw a clip of it. And maybe, again, this is just the right night for me to not give a fuck about stirring some stirring the pot. But somebody asked him, like, did your team bail you out of that decision?
Yeah, I saw that question. That's a bullshit.
Whoever asked that question,
I know who it was.
Fucking bad question.
Yeah,
like bail you out like it's a jailable offense. Like he should be like bail him out for what? Trying to score points?
For giving your players a chance to do what they do.
For trusting your senior kicker to like try and get some points. On the not to mention the fact that every single time Iowa has ever just kneeled it out on like in a spotlight.
Yeah, fans hate that.
They get booed off the field because they didn't try to score. Give me a fucking break. Whoever asked that question, when I saw that, I was like, I almost like went off on Twitter about it. And I don't even know.
Don't took it a lot better than.
And he was gracious, and he's answering in a post-win sort of mindset where he's like, I'll take whatever questions there is. So he's a professional, so he'll take that on the chin. So he was like, yes, they did bail me out. Yes, they whatever. But that's a.
Yeah, I'm going to stand by. Is like he made the right choice. So. The risk there of what happened is so minuscule compared to the reward of 3 possible points.
100%. I was asked.
I was asked decision. I think he should make that decision again.
I was asked multiple times, "What do you think?" I said, "I would, if it was me, I kick it and I'd do it again."
Mm-hmm.
Unprofessional fucking question though. That was, especially with the tone and pace. That like it was like a 3-part question that was asked, and he set it up like it was this big emotional thing. Like he was expecting Kirk to repent for his sins or something. It was a fucking bad question.
But yeah, I mean, huge play in the game. Obviously, huge momentum swing right into halftime. Kind of sucked the life out.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's quite literally nothing. There's quite literally nothing worse than that. Like that's a 10-point swing.
7 at least, right?
Potentially, right? So now you're looking at it, and the defense, you're down.
Now you're down 4. Instead of up 6 or up 3.
And
they get the ball first start out.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm actually feeling better. Kind of to echo what Grant said at the beginning. He's like glad he didn't see that probability chart, because you start to think about it. You're looking at the score and you're like, well, the defense really. I mean, sure, the defense probably should have held him to 3 there, on that turnover to start the game. But like the defense has basically given up 4 points.
Yeah. Then it goes punt, interception, punt. So pretty good after that first drive.
Yeah, you're feeling really pretty good about the defense now.
Not even just that. 3 and out, interception, 3 and out.
And so your trust in the defense to keep us in this game started, and really over the last several weeks has started to enter the levels of like where we kind of are used to being. And there's several reasons for that. X was the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week, and he has had a great season.
Yeah, he's really stepped up this game this year.
That was probably it was the best game of his career. He obviously had the reciprocal play of interception, take it down, almost scored. Felt like karma kind of equaled itself out on that first turnover that we made on X's. Very similar play. 10 tackles, 7 solo. I think he caused a fumble that we weren't able to hop on. Just a really great game out of him. And I don't know what switch flipped with him, but it seemed like about the Rutgers game, he started hitting people different. He's come downhill, and then Kev, the Indiana game that we were at, when he blew that running back up, I mean, he's bringing a heat that we just haven't seen before. And he's always been a hard hitter, but he's doing it with confidence, and he is.
I think he's just playing a step faster.
Yeah,
it's the experience of he's played a lot of football at this point, and that experience translates into being just a half a step faster, and that half a step faster makes a big difference.
He's having a hell of a year, and I'd say to this point he's probably our MVP on the defense this year. I can't think of another guy that's been just consistently through 7 games. Like
low key, TJ Hall's had a great year.
He has. He really has. quiet, but like that's what you want
Mm-hmm.
because he's, just nothing's really happening to him. Not a lot of turnovers. You could say that for the defense in general, but yeah. So, our defenses in the past have been led by really some superstar players. And I think if you have a superstar, you've got, a 5-star in X who's probably finally playing like a 5-star that we thought he might be. And so that feels really good, right? But that's not to say that they weren't able to find success, Kev, and I'd love to hear your opinion on this. They were really able to get the ground game going. Katron.
Yeah, so I was at a wedding. I missed pretty much all the third quarter. So I did not see the 10-play, 75-yard drive. So I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
Well, I mean, they were. I can't give you a single specific answer either. They had us on our heels a little bit. I think that schematically, they definitely used some stuff that we probably didn't prepare for. I don't know how much you saw. They rotated in the Smolik kid.
I did see that, yeah.
Which is probably not something that they, that Phil and the boys really had on, like, hey, they're gonna do this. And they never threw with him. They always ran with him in the game. Sometimes it was him. It was sort of like what we did with Sullivan last year. It was a lot of like, hey, we're bringing you in, and we're gonna run, like, just read, just like we're just gonna
QB power stuff.
Yep,
like that. Yeah.
Stuff like that, and they have athletes on the edge that you have to respect, and so we were spread out a little bit, but yeah, man,
and they still have a big offensive line that was supposed to be one of the better ones in the Big Ten, if not the country.
Well, and the Katron Allen kid is just one of the best running back talents in the country.
Yeah,
these guys are good.
So not probably. I think it was our worst rushing defense performance to date. But bend don't break, right? And their passing game is about as staggering as ours, if there's a way to say it. I mean, I think I have the box score pulled up on the side over here. Ethan Grunkemeyer, 15 of 28 for 93 yards. Mark Gronowski, 10 of 16 for 68 yards.
I'll tell you what, though, Grunkemeyer, to his credit, like, I know stat sheet wise didn't go great, but it felt like there was at least 5 like third downs where he just for some reason stepped up and made like his play of the night or whatever. It felt like to me.
I mean, he can move around. Yeah, that first drive, that 4th and 4.
At least.
Yeah, he made some people miss.
I think that
drives when he needed to.
I think for the position that he was put in, I don't think you could ask for much more out of that first start. I think if you're a Penn State fan, you feel optimistic about his future as your starting quarterback.
Well, I mean, he could very easily be in Florida next year or something, like with where Franklin's at.
I think Franklin's going to be a head coach of the Gators.
It'll be.
I don't know. I mean, like, look, I would, if for the Penn State fan that is listening to this, that there's a max of maybe 1, but like I would be. It's no secret how the portal works right now, especially if your coach leaves. Like there could be a well over 80% turnover on Penn State's roster. I mean,
that will be interesting.
I don't think it'll be 80% at Penn State. I think.
You don't think? Okay.
No, I think top 10 schools won't get as much turnover as
the brand holds more value. Yeah.
Yeah.
It also depends who they hire, right?
Which is still an interesting. Like I don't think they've made. No one's really. I mean, Rule was the big like name for a while there. I don't know how much weight was actually behind that, but I don't think anybody really knows right now who they're going to go after. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were able to move the ball on us, and we found ourselves down 21-10, and in a spot that.
So Iowa fans do not feel comfortable down 2 possessions ever. I feel like the post-COVID era has permanently scarred them into thinking 2 possessions is an insurmountable mountain to overcome.
Well, and because it has been. I mean, I'll never forget the feeling of when Coop's punt return got overturned, and all we need is 10 yards to kick a field goal and win the game.
felt impossible.
And nobody in the entire fan base watching on TV or in person thought we could do it. We needed 10 yards. We couldn't do it. So, and I would say even Kev, when you and I were playing there, not that anybody loves to play from down 2 scores, but Ole Miss and Kiffin and the boys feel a little bit more comfortable that they're going to score points when they're down 14 than Iowa does, right? Like, so yeah, this is just a spot, and this is why it felt, outside of like, I think it's impossible to state how good of a team Penn State is, and I'm gonna make a claim here in a second that puts my belief behind them. I wish people knew how hard it was to still beat that Penn State team.
And for sure. That's still the best team that we beat all year.
By far, and that roster up and down is so talent-wise, stars recruiting-wise, it's so much better, further ahead than Iowa's. And sure, yeah, they don't have their starting quarterback, and I don't know how much not having Franklin on the sideline on that Saturday matters. But like, people, you see it online, the downplaying of this.
Put it this way: if Franklin was suspended for the game on Saturday and not fired, I don't think it would have made a single point difference in the line spread.
Yeah. I happen to think that I don't know what the rest of Penn State's schedule looks like. I know they play Nebraska at some point. I know they play the next. I think they have a bye, and then they play Ohio State and then Indiana. They play back-to-back 1-2.
They're still. I think they're only like 4-point dogs.
I am putting my prediction down right now that they're going to get one of those 2 teams. I think Penn State beats Ohio State or Indiana. One of those 2.
What do you want to wager on it?
Ooh, okay.
Because I'm going to take the other side of it. Give me odds, and we'll make a wager. It doesn't have to be money. We can do something else too.
Yeah, I don't know how to put. Let me think about it. But I'll
come back to me next podcast.
Clean shave for a week or clean shave?
Oh God, I haven't been clean shaven so long.
Shave? How about a stash? Come on.
I mean, Kev
mustache.
Kev does have to go sell some ankles.
My wife would hate me. But maybe that might be a good one. Mustache might be a good one.
Or you go.
You know what? I'll go clean shave because I'm confident. I'll go clean shave.
Okay.
Clean shave?
All right.
You guys both have to agree to it. I'm not involved in this.
Yeah, no, I like the bet though, because Kevin and I are both pretty attached to our full facial hair.
If you want to keep your facial hair, you can shave your eyebrows if you want.
That would not be the move. No, that would not be the move.
Keep the facial hair. Leave the eyebrows at home.
So that is to say, who knows if they actually get them or not. I do believe that they have the talent to get them. And that is how good of a roster. I still think they're gonna. Everyone right now online is like, "Oh, Penn State's trash." They're not, though. I understand they are what their record says they are. Not a single team in the country wants to play Penn. Is just lining up to play Penn State. Like it's just true.
So yeah, they're 3-4 right now. They've got to get 3 wins. I do think they'll still be favored their last 3 games of the year versus Michigan State, Nebraska, and Rutgers.
Yeah. And I think they win all 3 of those games.
I can see them dropping. I think they win all 3, but it could blow happen. My mind if they lose one of them. No.
It could happen, but I mean, Nebraska, what they did at Minnesota doesn't give me any confidence that they go to Happy Valley and win. And I mean, Rutgers, we saw what they have, and Michigan State isn't supposed to have a whole.
You never know what you're going to get out of Michigan State.
You really don't, and that scares me because they're on our schedule still. Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, we're down 21-10, and this offense is just a little bit different. I think part of it is because of Mark. He's a baller, and we lead a drive to where we've got some athletes to make plays. We can dink and dunk. We can grab yardage here and there. Lester has he's got a pretty extensive bag of like misdirections and good calls that can open up space. And
feels like he has a flow,
Yeah.
Like he's got a plan. He sets up plays, and he just kind of gets in a rhythm. The offense gets in a rhythm.
Yeah,
all starts with the ground game, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. Having a mobile quarterback has done wonders for this offense, and it should be a instrumental thing going forward for the Iowa offense that our quarterback needs to be able to tuck the ball and move or pull a read and just walk into the end zone for like that one he had.
And it's really comforting as I pull up the drive here. We start this drive with, it says 5 minutes left in the third quarter, or I guess 9 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And we go 5-yard run, 2-yard run. Gronowski rips off a 38-yarder. Like, obviously his two big runs are like the plays of the game, right? 9-yard pass to Weechin. Moulton runs for 11. And then we just punch it in. No gain, but then a 5-yard run. Moulton 4-yard run for Gronowski. Like, we're able to be effective.
What do you guys think about going for 2 that early?
I did not like it.
I didn't like it either.
I think it's a nice move, but
felt premature to me.
And I'll tell you why is because essentially what it's saying, Kev, is we believe that we're only going to get to 21. That's what it feels like. It's like we're going to get to 18. We're going to get the ball back. We're going to get to 21, and we're taking this thing to overtime. That's what it feels like. It's like you're conceding we're going to overtime at 21 points, and you have 5 minutes left in the third still.
Yeah, I mean, I get the clock moves a lot faster in college football these days. Maybe it has something to do with the drive he just saw their offense put out.
Sure.
Like, if we give up another one of those, like, and it's the end of the fourth quarter, and now they're up to two possessions again. I can see it that way. But the offense really hasn't had that bad a game where you feel like you need one more possession you only have one more possession you think you can get points on.
What's wild is the nature of the drives in this game. Iowa only ran 18 offensive plays in the second half.
And 18 great plays,
right? And the 38-yard run and the 66 or 7-yard run by Mark, obviously you're not going to run as many plays when you get that much yardage in one go. But, the time of possession as well. Like, what was the I
think we lost.
It was almost like insurmountable, you would think. It was 36-12 to 23-48.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though, if we just go, what was it, like 80 yards down the field in 4 plays every single time?
Yeah, I mean, we'll
only
take
45 seconds, that's fine with me. if that's the trade, fine. We'll do it. All right?
So after we score that touchdown, they go for it 4th and 1 on their own 40, which I know they're going to be aggressive. But
last play of the third quarter.
That also feels like, doesn't feel like you're down from I get it. Like, if you're losing, interim coach just got fired, go for it. But they were winning this game by 5 points at that point. I think punting would be the right move for them there. I mean, also you got to look at how Iowa's 4th down defense has been this year. It's been pretty damn good.
I think they said on the broadcast it's number 1 in the country coming into this game.
Especially that area of the field too. It's just been like, I feel like I've seen that exact play go for us like 4 different times this year already.
Yeah, and that was a full 1, maybe 1 and change.
Yeah,
it wasn't 4th and half a yard or inches.
And the play that they ran, not good, and they weren't even close.
No, play was not good. And Jerry Montgomery, hats off to you, brother.
Hey,
I think
they'll expect one of us in the carnage.
My eyes flash back to like just watching Iowa football 9-on-7, where 23B is coming in the fucking A gap.
Hey, you got it. Hey, have you seen? I've seen this one multiple times, but have you seen the Bane meme recently where he's like, they're going to expect one of us in the carnage, brother.
They'll expect one of us in the wreckage, brother.
That's awesome.
And so Jaden Montgomery just says, hey, I hope you guys win this game. If I go lights out after this one,
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Just know that I gave it my all.
The fire rises.
Yeah, hats off to you. Awesome. That's
what matters is our plan.
play right there.
Great play.
Yeah,
And,
phenomenal play.
And you're right. It does. It did. I thought the
He
same
like
thing.
knifed in between like the center and the guard and just somehow put his face right on the chest of the ball carrier.
Yeah, it just felt like at that point you're like, ooh, their reckless abandon of not having anything to lose just paid off on our side.
Yeah, they had a game to lose at that point. They were winning, right?
Yeah, so. They had actually positioned themselves to have pressure and something to lose, and they decided to not play like it, which was good for us.
Yeah, so that sets us up for a field goal.
Yeah, and
then I do. This is where I come back into watching the game. Is I watch this next excruciating drive to watch.
Tough one.
Plays.
Probably, they're really their most impressive. This is their best 8 minutes of the game right here. And this is, Katron for 6, incomplete. Grunkemeyer for 6, Katron for 9. Then they bring Smolik in for 3. Then we got him.
Oh, they recovered their own fumble. It's like,
there's a couple.
That felt like the one that we were going to get.
There's 2 of them in a row that hit the ground, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, Lauren doesn't care, but I'm like, Lauren, we can't get a single ball to bounce just into our arms this year.
Oh every time. He fumbles the snap. Then they throw in complete pass. 3rd and 11, and
3rd and 11 hurt when they get it for 12.
Hurt. Yep.
And then Katron for 6, Katron for 13, 7-yard pass, Singleton for 4. Don't know how that guy has been so much less good this year, but
it's 1st and goal, and then I have to put the phone away again and I'm like, oh fuck, we're in bad shape right now.
Yeah. Were you in the wedding? Like you couldn't pop it up in the back row or something?
I was not in the wedding, but I was starting to get some eyes,
Oh, okay. All right. I respect it.
Put the phone away.
Like, hey man, if I can't watch football, no one's watching football.
So yeah, I mean,
but check down, see. Oh God, thank God we held them to a field goal.
Yeah, it was. The ultimate bend don't break. They get all the way down there to the 10, and
incomplete, no gain, and then
we play generally good defense in the red zone. Like I feel like we do good, and it's one of those things too where like this plays exactly to Parker's philosophy. It's like if you're gonna do it, we're gonna make you do it for 12, 14, 16 plays, and eventually it's not gonna work. And
gets easier to play defense the less field you gotta defend.
Right. And so, they take the lead, or they had the lead. They go up 24-19, and now it's just about, hey, do the Hawks actually have enough? Do they have a 4-minute offense to go in and win a ball game? And
and you would have loved the 5-minute touchdown drive, but to Grant's point, we'll take the 2 plays. The 67 yards and the 8-yard touchdown.
6-7.
Oh.
Love this. Love
Gronowski just looking like a young Flash Gordon out there.
Well, he said if he didn't have the knee brace on, he feels like he could have made it. He feels like he could have got there.
Ooh.
He feels like it slows him down that much, huh? That dude was hawking him.
Yeah, that guy was fast.
Speaking of, we'll get to it later. No, I'm going to do it right now. Do you see the Wisconsin guy pull down the punt?
How much did that remind you of?
Oh my God! Instant flashback to 2017 Ohio State game.
I thought, I was just having deja vu, and before he made it 5 yards, I thought he's going to get killed. He's going to get murdered. This guy's about to get murdered. And to his credit, he juked 2 guys.
He's just lucky that dude who caught him when he was halfway to the first down yard. He pulled it on 4th and 19. He got about 8 yards before he got caught. Starter stepped instead of just going and taking him out. But yeah. Anyway, that was just I thought you'd appreciate that.
Love the call after Gronowski's big run to Weechin. Thought it was really interesting. We're getting him the ball a lot more in the offense than we did last year, which I love because he's electric. He's a playmaker. And how many just screen passes did we throw to him this game? 2 or 3, where it's just that simple throw it out to the flat. The other two receivers are blocking, and he just gets 6, 8, 10 yards.
I mean, he's a returner. Just get him in space.
And this is where, if we did a segment of like underrated play of the game, it would go to Reese Vandersea. Welcome back, buddy. Guy is blocking his nuts off to get, and so is maybe Gill, I think, is down there as well. I can't remember who the other receiver was. These guys are blocking their ass off. And Weechin just has to slow down a little bit, avoid like one outstretched arm, and just kind of lace it into the end zone. And it's like, oh my God, is this Iowa football? I think Grant, this is not when Grant tweeted it, but at some point Grant during this game tweeted, is this game real?
That's why I wasn't stressed, because I was like, is this game even real? I was like, what's even happening out here? Is any of this real?
So
what is real anymore?
It was at that point that I thought, is this real? And then, defense does their thing. Like, there's a few plays in there. They got a first down. They got 2 first downs. But, time starts to tick and they start to get nervous. And, hey, we were dialing up pressure. We were still dialing up pressure.
Free safety blitz. Now, he's been calling a lot more pressure this year, but this one is not one, to my knowledge, he's pulled out of his bag yet this year.
Well, he pulled it out and it was coming fast.
Yeah, I think my entire 5 years we were in that play in a game twice.
What made it look really cool, and I'd love to see the all-22 version of this, but even the broadcast looks sweet, is we had a guy playing man that comes across the formation following a guy in motion, and he cuts off his ass in the blitz motion.
I mean, this is awesome play call by Phil. Also, the underrated thing is how well X times this up.
Yes.
Because
perfect.
Yeah, because that guy coming in motion, I don't know if you saw, he's open in the flat. If X is just a half second later, he can dump it off to him. First down, drive continues. But since he times it up right there, he's in his face right away, and he's scrambling for his life. Stay on your feet. If I got one critique, stay on your feet.
This grunt kid still somehow got off a pass.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good athlete back there. I'll give him back that. But yeah, that he didn't make the tackle, but he made the play.
Yeah. And shout out to a couple other guys getting pressure on that play too. I mean, that was one of those where it's like, hey,
whatever we gotta do, man.
Whatever you've got left in your body right now, you lay it out right. This is the only play that matters. And we win the game. Also, the last play of the game, I guess, was it the last play? The pull.
Beautiful.
I mean, he scored on a keeper where he reads it and just pulls it, and he just walked into the end zone. But then the last one was even more. I mean, just could have walked in. I think he could have ran that in.
If I'm going to do my Phil Parker impression, Chuck Long, 1985. I told Coach we got to get this guy out of his game. He doesn't know what he's doing. What does he do? He doesn't have the quarterback boot. Chuck Long walks into the end zone. They beat us in Kinnick.
Oh shit.
Boot. So a successful boot though is just awesome.
Oh, it's the best.
It really is. That was an awesome play action. Like everyone. You see, I saw this on Twitter. He said that only him and Lester knew that he was pulling it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I want to go back and watch. Is like, does whoever we have in that running back there like look freaked out that they didn't get the ball?
Yeah, the first thing I thought of was like when they called pull cat, and you realize like basically anybody it was basically 11 guys on the field, and Coach Ferentz and probably the box knew we were called pull cat in that play. And so I got to be in on something like that where it's like nobody knows this is happening except for you.
It's like how can they stop our offense if we don't even know our
offense? Yeah, exactly, right.
how can they know what to expect?
Mark had to just be feeling it, and then he does the little slide, and he's got a little swag to him. He's got a little
swag to him,
but it's like a dad swag.
Yeah, but this also made me think of this might have been CJ Beathard's first start. No, I think he got into a game. It was versus Purdue, and they're down towards the goal line, and he comes in the huddle and apparently just says, hey, just run 17, which is outside zone. And apparently he just pulled it. I don't know if anyone told him to do that or what, but he walked.
Is that when he walked in? He walked in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was either 2014 or 2013 or.
He had a couple that he pulled and smoothly just strolled in, and it was pretty smooth. So there you go. Iowa wins 25-24. It's not the win against a Penn State team that you're gonna, forever put in the halls of the complex, but it's a win against Penn State.
It's the comeback win. I think that's what makes it feel so much better.
And that's what I
think if Iowa handled this game like we did Wisconsin, like it still feels good. Like let's not kid ourselves. Beating the crap out of Wisconsin, that felt good. Just all three phases clicking. But the grit and the fight back to claw back and get a win versus what's still a very talented team, that feels better in the immediate post game, right?
Yeah. I would even
being able to overcome huge mistakes that you made earlier, right?
Yeah. That put you in at an odds perspective, you just shouldn't win that game when that happens. And definitely when those two big things happen, the initial penalty or the initial turnover and the block kick before half. It's a culture sort of like grit. It's how you win and having that experience. And I think, again, the Rutgers game proved really valuable for that. The Indiana game, the back and forth of that and staying in it. And then this one turns out in our favor as well. And so where does that leave us big picture, right? If you win the week and you're in a good spot, you stay in a good spot. And this is not to say that this is a playoff team or that the Hawks end up in the playoff, but it isn't dead yet, right? And so that's fun to still have hope for another week.
It feels good, You got one more game before another bye week before you have the last stretch of your year.
Yep.
So,
and I think at the beginning,
this is like one of those games where it's like, hey guys, everything you got this week, this is KF might give you, if you got a haircut this week, see if you can postpone it to next week.
Yeah. Tell the barber you're coming next week.
Exactly. We need to be focused everything we got on this game, and then we can take the foot off the gas for just a little bit before we finish up our season.
I think the big conversation before the year was like, hey, we've got 3 playoff teams coming into Kinnick this year. We need to not only be competitive in those games, but it feels like we need to get at least one of those. I understand that the circumstances changed a little bit, but we're 1 for 2, should have been 2 for 2, and you can feel really good about that.
Does it make you feel really good or just
you're going to feel really bad, but also feel really good that you gave that Indiana team, who's currently number 2 in the nation, that big of a run. You're 2 for 2 on
the toughest game they've had so far this year.
You're 2 for 2 on being competitive in those games, and that makes you feel like, yes, this Oregon team is really good. They can explode offensively, but it makes you feel like there's at least a small chance, right? And you win this Minnesota game, you get that bye week, and then hey, lay all the cards on the table, see what happens, right? Chip in a chair. And that makes it fun. You get to play for the Pig this week. We'll get into that later in the week. But yeah, it feels good to win, obviously. And
can I bring up one thing before we wrap this all up?
Yeah.
What was it? Did you guys see Coach Desmond King out there this weekend?
No.
Like I was, I mean, maybe I was getting got, but he was like on the sidelines, just coaching up the entire secondary.
Yeah, he's kind of got he gets a free ticket, I think, whenever he wants.
I was like, is he just allowed to walk on the sideline and coach everyone whenever he wants? He just gets.
Yes.
I mean, I'll allow it, but
pretty much, yeah,
absolutely. You win a Jim Thorpe award, you pretty much
yeah.
You can come into the DB room whenever you want.
Let's just say, Grant, they haven't asked me back on the sideline during a game.
Hey, maybe.
In 8 years, so
but he's been spending a lot of time around the program since he retired. So
I thought it was cool. Like I liked seeing it. It was just a great visual of like he's just in his his street clothes. It looks like he just like if you wouldn't know any better, you'd be like, "What's this random guy's just walking down there and picked up a tablet and was like, look at this guy's like."
Yeah, I think it's.
I appreciate that he. It's cool that he's still like it's been like 10 years and he's still like I want to show up and I'm gonna coach these guys up. I care.
Desmond's a good dude.
I like it.
I think it speaks to not only KF but to Phil
for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Some guys that inspire some loyalty in their players.
Playing for a bronze pig, always an exciting one. I know it gets Kevin nice and tingly. This will be Kevin's favorite preview of the year. And I like the spot we're in too. They just had kind of a cushy win against Nebraska. They might be feeling themselves a little bit. I think, as somehow Minnesota is Nebraska's daddy. We have been Minnesota's daddy, and I think we can continue that. Obviously, the work has to be done, but we'll talk about that on Wednesday night, Thursday morning. Almost football coming out tomorrow, along with a few other shows if you're on the Patreon. And
just
see you.
We joked last week about what if we just released all the episodes on one day. Now a week later, we're
essentially doing that.
Big 5 podcasts in
big Tuesday. Big Tuesday for the walk-ons. Maybe I'll just release this immediately tonight so that it's just out. And then more shows to come this week. Thank you guys for being here.